And so we've got a nice backdrop. So take some long, slow, deep, silent breaths, deep and slow, quiet and even. In through the nose and out from the mouth, in through the belly and out from the chest. We got Buck vegetating here next to me today. It's a beautiful day, a little buggy. So if I get a bug in my mouth or in my eyes, I may have to stop. But anyway, let's get focused. Take some long, slow, deep, silent breaths. Deep and slow, quiet and even. In through the nose and out from the mouth. In through the belly, out from the chest. In through the heart, out from the mind. And as you extend every exhale, make it a little further, a little deeper. Extend that exhale. And as you do, notice how much deeper your ensuing inhale is as you continue to extend every exhale. Beautifully done. And as you also do this, begin to visualize a beautiful heirloom samurai katana, that long, beautiful sword that they pass down through generations, family member to family member. And as you inhale, you can imagine drawing that sword across a stone, a sharpening stone, towards you. And then you reach a fleeting moment where you flip the blade and you exhale and push it across the stone from you. So with each inhale, you flip the blade and then draw it towards you. With each exhale, you flip the blade and push it from you. And as you breathe in that manner and use that visualization, focus your mind on that flipping moment where you flip the blade from side to side, and focus your mind on that razor's edge across the stone. We call that sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath, and emphasizing that fleeting moment where out breath becomes in breath and in breath becomes out breath is a very powerful meditation technique you can use anytime. We like to use it to get our mind focused and prepare for all that follows. So after a few more breaths like that, if your eyes are closed, enjoy it. And then when you're ready, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. As we go into our warm-up, starting at the head and working all the way to our feet, we begin with what we know as yoga neck roll. We take a deep breath in and our head floats like a balloon. As we exhale, our chin drops to our chest. When we inhale again, we inhale and sweep one ear past one shoulder. We exhale, sweep our chin across our chest, inhale past the other shoulder. Exhale, sweep across the chest, inhale past shoulder. From side to side, and you can follow the rhythm of your own breath. You don't need to follow mine. You're warming up your upper respiratory sinus, 6 muscles known as scalenes that are attached from the top of your neck to your upper 2 ribs. They hold your rib cage stabilized as your diaphragm drops and rises in concert with your breath. On your next exhale, drop your chin to your chest, inhale upright. And now we work into the upper shoulder girdles. We loop our shoulder blades forward and upward as we inhale. We bring them around back, squeezing downward and backward as we exhale, and then we do it again in concert with our breath. So big loops, as big as you can make them. Loop them forward as you inhale, squeezing downward as you exhale. These are the Dajue rolls. We're waking up an area known as the Dajue point between the shoulder blades, an area of chi energy that sometimes gets stuck. And when it gets stuck, you know it because you're tender and sore back there, little achy. Whenever that happens, do this breathwork roll, and you'll work and wring out that achiness. You'll get that chi moving in that part of the body. And on your next exhale, relax the shoulders and pause. Now turn your eyes towards one hand and begin to scoop and toss behind you, turning your body, shifting your weight from side to side. This we call windmills, and it's a form of silk reeling. Any repetitive movement practiced in Tai Chi or Qigong, is known as a category as silk reeling. And it's just a chance to practice like a calisthenic. So scoop as you inhale up, exhale behind you. The eyes follow hand and the hand follows breath. The breath follows mind. As you continue from side to side, begin to bring that looping up into your shoulder blades. And now loop each shoulder blade backward from side to side. So you're rocking and rolling. Big looping circles, gentle twists as we work our way down into the lower thoracic spine, the lower respiratory sinus. And we simply go to the pellet drum. We simply turn from side to side. Let the hands drift away from the hips. And to perform the pellet drum, we do a nice light tapping or slapping, whichever you prefer. You begin by slapping or tapping the top of the opposite shoulder as you tap your lower back, using your momentum from side to side. And as you go from slapping the top of the shoulder, you can drop to the top of the chest, up by the collarbone, wherever it's safe to slap or tap. After you've slapped or tapped the top of the shoulder or the top of the chest, work your way down to the bottom of the rib cage, where you squeeze out that extra breath when you do your deep breathing, down at the floating ribs. And then finally, back down to the hips. That's the pellet drum. We've warmed up the entire thoracic and respiratory sinus. We're ready to finish up in the lower body, down in the lumbar spine. Our hands drift to our hips, and we make big hula hoop moves, big looping with the hips. We call this stirring the bowl because pelvis is a Latin word for bowl, and this is like holding the bell of a wine glass and swirling the last little bit of wine around in the bottom of the glass. Whichever direction you chose, simply pause and loop in the opposite direction. As in Strong Qigong, we always strive to balance yin and yang. We always strive to balance east and west. We always strive to unwind what we've wound. Now we can settle in the middle. And we can step out into a wider, lower stance that's known as Mabu, the horse riding stance. You should be able to bob a little bit, just like this, like you're riding a horse. It's a traditional stance. Now we do a Shaolin warm-up that's known as the Great Bear Swings, from side to side. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we turn our trunk and we drop down. As we inhale, we turn our trunk, we rise to pause. We exhale, turn trunk, drop down, and you place your hands wherever they're comfortable, on your thighs, above your knees, at your hips, wherever you decide, and you follow the rhythm of your own breath, rising and falling from side to side. Deep and slow, quiet and even. Beautifully done. And on your next exhale, simply pause at the bottom, inhale upright. And before we leave the horse stance, let's shift weight on a figure eight. Beautifully done, that shifting weight on a figure eight. Well done. This is an important move in proper form. The lower dantian is leading the way. Now we can settle back into our center, bring our feet back to a comfortable stance, shift weight to one foot, raise the opposite heel, loop inward, just to finish up. Everything's draining down. We started at our neck, and then loop the other way. We worked all the way through our rib cage, down into the lower body. Take weight through that foot, raise the opposite heel, loop inward at first. We're draining everything down now, back into the earth. We loop in the opposite direction. After you've done a few loops in each direction, you can settle in the middle. The warm-ups are done. Let's set our mind, set our intention, which is known as Qigong breathing. Inhale our palms up towards our heart. We exhale our palms down towards our lap, and we continue in this manner, floating and melting. As we do, with inhale, the palms rise. With exhale, the palms fall. We're breathing between two important energy centers, the cauldron of the mind and the cauldron of the heart. Or I should say, the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. Forgive me, I got ahead of myself. So as we breathe between the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body, the middle and lower dantian, we want to engage the upper dantian, the one I just revealed, and that's the cauldron of the mind. The best way to do that is, if you can, comfortably, with eyes closed, so that you can use the power of your own visualization. And this is a visualization exercise that's known as cleansing the inner body. So as you inhale and your palms rise, you use your visualization to imagine a glowing mist forming in the core of the earth and rising with your inhale through the soles of your feet, through the trillions of cells in your inner body, to collect up at the top of the head in the mind. And as you exhale and your hands melt down, you visualize that that glowing mist forms a glowing cloud, and that glowing cloud forms a glowing rain, and that glowing rain gently falls on all of those trillions of cells through the soles of your feet and back into the earth. So this is known as cleansing the inner body. And as you inhale, your palms rise and you draw up more glowing mist. And as you exhale, your palms fall and more gentle glowing rain cleanses your inner body and prepares it for all that follows. So when your hands rise again, you invite them to pause at heart height in a hugging posture that we know as stand like tree. This is our meditative posture and pose. It's where we take inventory of our alignment and we find and prepare for all that follows. So holding this pose with eyes closed, if you can tolerate it comfortably, we go through our alignment with long neck and light head, pulling upward. Our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward. And between them, our spine stretches. This is known as string of pearls in ancient Asian literature. As our hands hover, as if tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one, our feet remain parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. Our three energy centers we just worked with are stacked perfectly on one another like smooth river rocks, balanced perfectly on life's river's edge. With long neck and soft knees, soft belly, soft breath, soft gaze or eyes closed, we focus on the warm-ups and the echoes of the chi that we just stirred, from the yoga neck roll through the dai rolls, from the windmills through the pellet drum, from stirring the bowl through the great bear swings. We see it, we feel it, and we let it course through us. And if eyes are closed, we enjoy it further as our hands begin a slow journey downward, our thumbs crossing over our belly button, our folded fingers warming below in what's lovingly known as the lower dantian, the seat of chi energy, the cauldron of the body. Through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body. Using the power of our own visualization, we see the embers respond, growing brighter and brighter with each extended exhale. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw that light upward and outward, filling the inner galaxy. We begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian. And those embers respond as well. As we extend every exhale, we fill the inner galaxy with light, those trillions of cells, until it spills beyond our inner body and bathes the room around us with light, warm, silken chi energy. May your body be strong, and may your heart Be calm. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it. As your hands melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step into the center of our little boat. Our hand on this side of the room or screen makes a gentle fist that floats before the heart. Our hand on this side covers it. Together, we take a deep breath in and straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. As we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for this tradition, we exhale and our palms melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale them about an inch apart. As we exhale slowly down our body, we're centering the chi, where we begin and end every class together. We do it again, and this time we bring our palms together in deference to the Shaolin, whom we borrow so much. And as we exhale, we pause at the heart center as the Shaolin do. And when we inhale, our elbows rise and wrists straighten, and when we exhale, our hands melt down. Well done. We're now ready to step out into our little boat and unlock our knees. And when we inhale, our hands up an inch apart again. When we exhale, we slowly melt down, knees and hands moving in concert with our breath. We rise with the breath, and we fall with the breath, floating and melting. Concert with the breath in harmony with each other. This is known as sinking the chi. It's a move we come back to in our longer classes on site at Haywood Regional and at Funky Town in St. Augustine. It's always where we can return to get our alignment back, get those 3 smooth river rocks balanced on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. Now when your hands rise again, your hand and foot on this side come out in front of you. The heel is down, the toe is up. The opposite hand is in between. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we slowly switch sides. We inhale up, and we exhale down, and we continue to switch from side to side, following our breath upward, following it downward. We inhale and switch, exhale and pause, switching from side to side. This movement is known as playing peepaw, the ancient Asian lute, a posture and pose used in Tai Chi. Rise with the breath, fall with the breath. Beautifully done. Play peepaw. Well done. On this next one, as you come out of it, find your center and sink your chi. Rise and fall. Well done. Beautifully done. When your hands drop again, or actually, let's do a little different. When our hands rise again, our eyes will follow them upward. And when they go upward, we'll cross wrists with gentle fists and draw down as far as we can comfortably. Exhale down, and then inhale and rise. So as high as you can reach, as low as you can go comfortably, taking care to keep those 3 river rocks stacked, balanced perfectly on one another. This is known as gathering the chi in Qigong. It's also known as embracing yin and yang. Beautifully done. Now in a moment, we're going to explore a single leg stance. And when our hands rise out to the side like this, we'll pause at shoulder height, holding 2 gentle fists, as if we're holding 2 buckets. And when we do, we'll shift our weight to the eastern foot on this side, and we'll draw up the western foot and knee, pausing and then switching from one side to the other. We call this the Shaolin bucket hold. It's actually a warm-up that we learned from Shaolin Temple Europe, one of their online classes. So watch closely and prepare yourself. When your hands rise again, we're going to shift to one side and hold the bucket. Ready? And hold. Then drop and switch. Cross wrists. Inhale and hold. Exhale down, cross wrists. Inhale and hold. And continue from side to side. We call this the Shaolin bucket hold because this is where we learned it. It's as if you're holding 2 buckets of grain or 2 buckets of water. You're shifting weight, crossing wrists, inhaling up, exhaling down. It's a good balancing exercise, part of what we like to do in Strong Qigong. Always checking our balance, always testing our balance, always challenging our balance. Beautifully done. The Shaolin bucket hold. And on this next one, you can simply step out and resume embracing yin and yang. Well done. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. When your hands rise again, invite them to wind up above you about an inch apart. And let them glide down an invisible column like this. As you exhale and get to the bottom, flare out and up in 2 small circles. And exhale, flail down and in, and inhale up. And if you'll notice, as I'm dropping down and inhaling up, my hands trace 2 small circles about the size of a basketball. Do your best to imitate it as you inhale and rise. Exhale and fall. In Qigong, this is known as cleansing the lungs. We're using cleansing the lungs here as we imagine on our hands are 2 silken cloths, and our hands are placed inside of 2 Tibetan bowls, and we're polishing the inside of bowls. And why this visualization is pertinent is because in the ancient Asian literature, metal is the element of the lungs. So we're imagining we're polishing 2 bowls, we're polishing 2 lungs, cleansing the lungs. Beautifully done. Now, when our hands drop again, coming up, we're going to invite them to grasp an invisible ball and drop down as low as we can, scoop up as we inhale, then exhale down our body and continue in this looping movement. This looping movement is known in Tai Chi as digging in the garden. It's almost as if you're holding a child's pail and you're standing knee-deep, pristine, clear, salt water on a white, sandy beach. And you're filling that child's pail, lifting it up, and washing your body with that salt water as it drops down and you exhale. So you inhale and rise, exhale and fall. Beautifully done. Now, when our hands rise again, we're going to shorten this loop. We're only going to go as high as our heart and begin looping towards our heart in a movement we know lovingly in Tai Chi is draw back and push. So you won't need to drop as low, you won't need to reach as high. You'll just continue a beach ball sized looping of this Qi energy. So when you rise again, simply loop towards your heart, drop down and inhale and loop and continue this looping movement. This is known as draw back and push. As you continue to draw back and push, begin to slowly clock a little at a time, your own pace towards the east. So you loop. And as you loop, eventually you get over your eastern foot. And once you're over your eastern foot, you begin to rock back onto your heel. And this is classic draw back and push. And in a moment, we're going to cross our center line. We're going to go from draw back and push to two-handed silk reeling. So prepare yourself. On this next one, simply carry your hands across your center line and then out and then back. Draw back. That's it. And continue right across your visual field. Your eyes follow your hand. This is two-handed silk reeling. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to draw back and push to the east. So, we follow our shift in weight. We follow our turn in trunk. We ready ourselves and simply return to draw back and push. Well done. Now, we slowly clock to the west. So as you inhale back, you start to turn towards center, looping back. As you continue to loop back, you continue all the way to the west until you're eventually over the western foot and you begin to rock back on its heel. And as you rock back in its heel, prepare yourself to cross the center line and silk reel with both hands to the west. So ready yourself and cross center line. Silk reel to the west. Inhale across. Exhale to side. Well done. Now, prepare yourself to return to silk reeling west, or I should say, draw back and push west. So, we follow our turn. We follow our shift. We ready ourselves and we silk reel, or I should say draw back and push to the west. Well done. Finally, we clock back towards the center. Eventually, winding back up where we started, draw back and push right at our heart. And when our hands rise again, we prepare ourselves to spread them wide and stand like tree. And with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. And as our spine, our string of pearls stretches between them, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, but best of all, eyes closed. We feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see the dance that we just completed in our mind's eye. We choose our favorites. We feel it course through us. And if eyes are closed, we enjoy it as our hands begin the final journey downward. Thumbs crossing over the belly button, the folded fingers warming once again on the cauldron of the body. We extend every exhale through pursed lips, closed eyes as if blowing through a straw. We use the power of our visualization to resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the body and the cauldron of the heart. The embers respond by growing brighter with each extended exhale, and with each deep ensuing inhale, we begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the mind. the seat of the mind's eye, the power of visualization. We blow on the embers of all three cauldrons, and they grow brighter and brighter, filling our inner galaxy with light, spilling beyond our inner galaxy, bathing the room around us, spilling beyond the room around us, bathing the loving home around us, spilling beyond the loving home around us, and bathing the world around us and life itself in warm, silken, friendly chi energy. May your body stay strong, and may your heart stay calm, and may your mind stay sharp, and may your spirit stay free. Yi Dao, Qi Dao, which means where mind goes, Qi follows. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as the hands melt to your side, only inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. We step into the center of our little boat, and our hands slowly and deliberately inhale up till they're an inch apart. And we slowly and deliberately exhale down, centering our chi one final time as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side can make the fist, the hand on this side can cover it. Together we can take a deep breath in together. And we slowly exhale and bow, and give yourselves a round of applause for being the light you make in the world today. Thank you so much.